My 8-year-old nephew pointed at the house across the wash and said, "Aunt Jess, that lady watches you guys all the time." I was watering the new plants in our backyard, trying to make our new build feel more like home. My nephew Tyler was visiting for the weekend while my sister attended a conference. "What lady, buddy? The one with the binoculars? She sits by her window every morning when Uncle Rob makes coffee." Tyler kept building his Lego set on the patio table. "Yesterday she was taking pictures." I put down the hose. "Pictures?" "Yeah, with her phone." She held it up to the binoculars. He connected 2 pieces together. "She does it a lot. I saw her when I was eating cereal." That evening I mentioned it to Rob. He laughed it off until I showed him the letter we'd received earlier that week from someone named Carol in Sunflower Subdivision. The one where she complained about seeing into our kitchen and suggested we get curtains for our privacy. Wait, Rob reread the letter. "She admits she can see us from her living room and backyard, wants us to block our windows, but Tyler says she's using binoculars?" The next morning, I positioned myself where Tyler had been eating breakfast. Sure enough, there was Carol in her window, binoculars trained on our kitchen where Rob was making breakfast. I waved. She jerked back and disappeared. 20 minutes later, our doorbell rang. Carol stood there, probably mid-60s, wearing a concerned expression. "Hello, I'm Carol from across the way. I sent you a letter about privacy concerns." "Privacy concerns?" I opened the door wider. "Please come in." She hesitated but entered. Rob came from the kitchen, still in his pajama pants and t-shirt. Carol's eyes immediately went to his attire. "My nephew says you've been watching us with binoculars," I said directly. Carol's face flushed. "That's ridiculous. I simply noticed during my normal daily activities that your lack of window coverings creates an uncomfortable situation." "Uncomfortable for who?" Rob asked. "We're in our own home? Well, I shouldn't have to see that." She gestured at Rob's casual clothes. "When I'm trying to enjoy my morning coffee." Tyler walked in from the guest room, saw Carol, and said, "Oh hey, it's the binocular lady. Did you get good pictures yesterday?" Carol stood abruptly. "I don't appreciate being accused of something by a child, but you did admit in writing that you watch us." I pulled out her letter. "You can see us walk around our kitchen, get things from our refrigerator. Those are your words." "From my living room, yes, it's unavoidable. Our houses are 300 feet apart with a wash and a road between us," Rob said slowly. "You can't see those details without help." Carol headed for the door. I was trying to be neighborly. Sorry for the concern. That afternoon, I knocked on every door in Carol's subdivision with her letter in hand. "Hi, I'm Jess from the new development. Did you know Carol has been monitoring our home with binoculars and wants us to put up curtains so she can watch more comfortably?" Most neighbors were shocked. But at the 4th house, a woman named Beth laughed bitterly. She did the same thing to the Washburns when they lived in your house plot before it was demolished. Complained about their pool parties, their teenage daughter's friends. She even called the police once because she saw them arguing through her binoculars and thought it was domestic violence. It was a surprise birthday party discussion. By evening, 7 neighbors had shared similar stories. Carol had a pattern. She watched houses across the wash, documented what she saw, then complained about having to see it. The next morning, a group of Carol's neighbors stood in her front yard when she came out to get her newspaper. Beth spoke first. "Carol, we need to talk about your surveillance habits. This is private property. So is theirs." Another neighbor interrupted. "You've been doing this for years. Remember when you reported the Nguyens for suspicious activity because they had family visiting from Vietnam?" Carol's husband appeared in the doorway. "What's going on?" "Your wife has been using binoculars to spy on the new builds again," Beth said. "Just like with the previous houses." He sighed deeply. "Carol, you promised me you'd stop this." "I'm just trying to maintain neighborhood standards. By invading privacy?" I held up her letter. "You admitted in writing that you watch us. That's not maintaining standards, that's voyeurism." Carol's husband gently took her arm. "Come inside. We'll take down the binoculars." Carol yanked away. "This is ridiculous. If they would just put up curtains." "We're not closing our curtains so you can open yours to spy more comfortably," Rob said firmly. "Our windows stay uncovered, but now everyone knows who's really violating privacy here." Carol retreated inside. Within a week, their house had a for sale sign.